Це
А,
зроблено.
о. А де ізочки? Паша, у нас одні на всіх, походу.
А, не на всіх зараз. Так, я попаду на місце тоді. Я піду
У нас
за...
зараз буде у нас зараз буде кооператив.
Я піду за телефоном. Так, а де телефон? Написано talk to you at a payphone. Де payphone?
Коротше, не знаю. Виглядає як дуже весела гра.
Да. О, тут ще один трейлер, там є баба, і можна її запропонувати на себе працювати. Це, походу, конкуренція. Так, потім не забути, де взагалі цей трейлер знаходиться, як я потім знайду. А, я бачу тебе на карті, окей. Curfew tonight. З 9 вечора. Єбать, так. О, payphone.
Що, норм?
Ні, це не payphone. Як знайти payphone?
О, potential customer.
God damn, good to hear your voice, buddy. Looks like your luck finally ran out. The feds have got me locked up while I wait for a trial. Glad to hear you managed to sleep out, though. Uncle Nelson. Back before I moved to Serena Flats, I used to live out there in Highland Point. Now, not the nicest town around, but plenty of opportunity for a draw someone in your line of work. In memory serves, I've got some cash stashed out there. It ain't much, but it will be enough to get you back on your feet. You can find it stashed near the town hall fountain in the canal and behind the supermarket. Go grab it.
А що ти за... Паша, а що ти за хуйня, що типу, ти пішов гуляти, а я тут, типу, працюю, блядь. Типу, нам готую все.
Ну,
Що це за хуйня, а?
я тобі довіряю.
Що за хуйня? А?
Я пойду скаутить. Зараз я грошей там принесу, почекай.
Яких грошей у тебе товар є?
Там Анкл та Нельсон грошей залишив нам зараз. О, 175 бачей, заєбісь, так. Це підйомні, поняв? Зараз.
Блядь, я тут 21 раз клікаю, щоб зібрати. Ладно, 10 зібрав. Ну, все ще можна. А, у нас пекеджинга вже нема. Да? У нас нема пекеджинга, Паша.
Треба замовляти, мабуть, зараз. Зараз з грошима прийду. Так, канал. Ага, от в каналі. Так, ну у нас 375 бачів. Єбать, що це
Так що?
їбануло?
А чому моя тачка загорілась?
Я не знаю. Щось їбануло,
Ну,
я ж
тачка
побачив.
У мене тачка тепер горить.
Я ж побачив, як їбануло.
Паша, все пропало.
Блять! Гага, тебе не можна ще залишити вообще. Все проїбав. Що за хуйня, Гага? Тобі довірить не можу, Тубас ростить навіть. Бля. А, вот ноутс якийсь, так. Welcome to Highland Point. This is our territory, don't interfere, TB.
Бля, Паша, ну дай бы хотя бы выйти, блин. Ну, пиздец.
Бля, пішли. Треба знову з дядею розмовляти. Сука, нас конкуренти взорвали нам тачку.
Ну, це просто якась катастрофа.
Well shit, that's not ideal. There is a
Ну,
powerful
that's not-
cartel in town, the Bendis family. I figured they would eventually be a problem, but don't think they will find you this quickly. Looks like you're gonna need somewhere low-key to stay for a while. Head over to the motel and ask about getting a room. After that, you'll be needing some new equipment. That's a hardware store just northeast of the motel. Grab grow tent, soil and watering can. Пішли в мотель.
Ну, ладно.
Бля, корфю починається. Мінти будуть зараз ходити. Це місто,
Ну,
конечно. Бля, тут сигнал, сирена звучить. Може ми в Києві, понял? А, блядь, це коп. Отъебись. Андер арест, да нет, отъебись.
У тебе хоч щось є, щоб він тобі, типу...
Нічого немає, але я прям в арест.
Який нахуй арест?
Они
тачки
тизерами
не
меня
можна
стреляют. Блядь.
Так здав себе просто, який...
Я не хочу здаватися. Акаб! Так, лайф! Блять! А, сука! Бастед. Сука! Violating curfew, evading arrest. Блять, $150 штрафа!
Хорошо. Може, ти
Я-
сюди, що ти гроші наші поїбав?
Сука! Да. Блять.
Да, ну, слухай. А за що воно, блядь, типу, штрафує? Я не понял.
Карфю. З 5 до 5 ранку.
А, блядь.
Чого тут люди ходять, правда? Я взагалі біжав в мотель, поряд прибіжав, там був участок, я не помітив. До мене доїбалося, сказав, зупиняйся, я так по інерції побіжав далі. І... Бля, чого у них відомість така велика? Чому вони біля мотелю тусять?
Де тут менеджер в готелі? А?
Не
А,
знаю.
от офіс, ну. Офіс, ну. Блядь. Блядь, кайфово. Рента мотору, у мене грошей нема. Стоп, у мене кредитка є, як з кредиткою зняти?
В ATM, мабуть, треба.
Хм.
Так, а як менеджер знайти?
Та вон ти бігаєш.
Пітер. А де тут менеджер? Блять, тут сюди копи ходять, сука. Джесі. Пустіть мене. У мене гроші є. Так. Ага. Ха-ха-ха, глянь, тут ігри є. На приставці.
Ти? Червоний? Блядь. Ладно, нахуй.
Можна в Арканоїд грати.
Куди ти пропав?
Граю в Арканоїд. Там ще гранд є. Так, що
Чо
у
ти не,
нас тут?
чо ти не чорний, Паша? Можеш пояснити мені?
Що має бути чорним?
Дубасик продаємо, ти чо?
Це білий ділер. Так, ну мабуть треба поспати до ранку, принаймні. Давай поспимо, бо з карфю тут ніхуя не зробимо.
Додання ти hardware shop.
Та почекай, не треба поспати. Там не дійдеш до нього, там копи усюди.
Ну, в одному спати, то і біс просто. Послав. В обнімочкому на одному ліжку. Класно.
Нормас, експон отримали. Так, пішли. Так, що нам там треба було? Земля, ще щось.
Угу.
Soil. One
Так.
soil. Grow tent, soil. І watering can у
Так
тебе
в мене
є?
нема таких. У мене таких грошей нема. От
Я візьму
ні, у
зараз.
мене. Так, я подумав.
А, блядь, так, стоп. А чому? А, кардонли. Зараз. Треба тоді в ATM гроші покласти. Депозит. Окей. Стоп. Депозит. Тут, мабуть, треба буде ще відмивати гроші. Які
Ой.
заробляєш. Так.
Паша, у вас є мафія взагалі в цьому в Нідерландах? Мафіоза
да.
є?
Ну да, якось.
Да? А ти знаєш, що це?
Американці в основному. Ага. I'm Dan, I run this here hardware store. What line of work are you? I'm working in agriculture, drug dealer.
Паша. Бля, а куди ти пропав?
Тут я.
А, слухай. Коротше, а знаєш, хто в Португалії? Я просто вже знаю.
Так.
Чи я говорив вже?
Ні.
Індуси і китайці.
Ні, у нас індуси, китайці ці. Безобидные. Пішли, Гага. Я взяв щось все, що треба.
Це що?
Земля, growing box і... До речі, у мене щось уже 2 ватринки, ну ладно. Пішли.
Блін. Атакуєш мене. Почекай трошечки, я хочу знайти свої ключі. Щоб потім так довго це не шукати. Блять, ненавиджу. Завжди кладу її на видне місце. Тут воно не може бути. Та воно тут не може бути. Значить, воно десь більш спокійному місці.
Place the grow tent and fill it with soil. Ага. Так. Як крутить? Ага.
Це воно тут.
Хай буде.
Коротше.
Ліжко. Гідробро.
Що?
Ну, Гролтента бренд Гідробро.
Блін, ну ти без мене граєш, не треба так. Ну, бо я нічого взагалі робити не можу, воно грошей нема.
Десь сюди я вже все купив. В мотель повертайся.
Ладно. Ти де мотель? Це оти Ю, типу отут. Ага. А тут пеніс намальований, до речі.
Угу.
Бачив?
Да. О, шторки можна закрити в вікні, щоб не дивилися. То може копи підглядати будуть.
Що це, чіпси?
Ні, це земля. Вон, глянь,
О, а де
Гідробро.
тут вже? Добро.
Так, смітник. Так, як смітник. Ага, от. Ой.
Ти що? Падла. Мене
Чекай,
удар
що
важчий.
Так, почекай, так, needs water, так. Чекай, я можу тобі одну каністру віддати, мені чомусь і 2. На, забери. З цього storage река. Бля, у мене кров тепер в очах.
Нахуя нам їх 2?
Ну, що було, не знаю.
Короче, цікаво кооп зроблений.
Ну там буде простіше, коли буде більше плантація. Так. Що треба далі? Talk to consent payphone. А що саж... А, треба ще сам дуба знайти. І саджати, мабуть. О.
Що?
Лол, тут этот...
Ну,
Cash for
йди.
trash. Гроші можна заробляти тут. Понял, забрати можна пляшки.
Давай, прошу.
І що?
Ну давай подумаємо, скільки ми за це.
Єбать, 8 баксов, бери. Вообще як в житті. Ага.
Це Паша, я поняв, який тут кооператив.
Так, що тут Uncle Nelson каже? You're almost ready to go, but you're missing key ingredient with seeds. You need to speak to supplier to get your hands on some seeds. I've passed your number on to Albert Hoover, the local wheat seed supplier. Send him a message and request a dead drop. Oh, закладки. I vouch it for you, so you won't have to pay up front. Your order will go on your tab, which you can pay off in the future. Отлично, в кредит нам дадуть. Order one kush seed from Albert Hoover. Так. Де тут? Albert Hoover. Send message. Окей, куш. Один. Place order. Єбать, 275 баксов.
А це є? Нам треба сміття збирати, да?
Ну, вона в долг поки дає, потім можна вже заховатися. Але сміття теж не треба збирати. Ну, нормально, як в житті, блять. Пішов, пляшечки відніс, отримав гроші.
Купив дубаса.
Ага. Я регулярно сміття відношу, ти що? Півко п'єш, потім пляшечки відносиш 3-4 євро.
Нам за це гроші дають, нам не треба. Нам нічого за це не дають.
А, ну у нас чек дають, типу, на покупку. В тому ж самому магазині. Ящик пива ще береш, ящик здаєш, потім ти 4 євро. О, тут можна сміттєвим баком
Покопатись?
Да,
От.
там щось пусто, так. Що це за ящики, їх можна там розламати?
Да хто тут реально закладочки будеш залишати?
30 хвилин, так. А, collect the dead drop. Де? Ага, 25. Пішли. Хай Thomas Construction. Ага, вот. Закладочная. Да, забрав. Тепер треба посіяти його.
Погнали, погнали.
Соосід, так. Прикопали. Мені подобається, як ти так, типу, ніжно закапуєш. Так, тепер треба Packaging Station і Baggies.
Короче, я не знаю. Як ти думаєш, це нормально те, що на тімбілдингі, як мінімум, не знаю, півкомпанії накурив?
Нормально. У мене передня компанія на тімбілдингі кокос нюхали і МДМА опарували. Так, треба купити. Двері зачиняти. Копи зайдуть. Бля, так. Блін, Packaging Station будь дохуя коштує. Треба ще сміття здавати. Packaging Station будь дохуя коштує, треба ще сміття здавати. Бо мені здається, що я щось кудись гроші проїбав, а куди не зрозумів. А, ти мене ж посадили, сука, окей.
Пиздец, Паша.
По 150 баксів
Що ти
забрали
посадив?
це. Бо я в карфю ходив.
Тепер ми сміття через це збираємо, листочки.
О, тут м'ячик є. Баскетбольний. Є. О, можна їм навіть. Глянь. Гага, глянь.
Ну, анімації тільки нема.
А, у тебе нема, у мене є. Ага.
У тебе є сміття, ти думаєш?
Да, це сміття. Будь. Ні,
А
м'ячик
в
це
Інзої
сміття.
ти не хочеш? В Інзої не хочеш, ти дивився?
А, він синглплеєрний. Я пограв трохи.
Він синглплеєрний?
Ну да, це ж Сімси.
Вони що довбойоби? Вони зробили його не онлайн? Фу, блядь, дауни просто.
Копи йдуть. Шухер.
Ну без нас ніхуя нема, чо на скопи будуть дойобуватися? Ні,
ну
Паша,
ладно,
у нас ніхуя нема.
Ну ладно, да.
Ми просто сміття збираємо.
Звичка просто. Вже. Бра.
А ще...
Так, це ж треба кредиткою розраховуватись. Ой, вже вечір скоро. Так, а ну-ка, швиденько магазин. Так, депозит. Макс депозит. I'm done. Так, я быстро в магазин збігаю. Поки не карф'ю ще.
Паша, ти щось бігаєш туди-сюди.
Ну, магазин треба.
Ти що, не накурений?
Не накурений.
Ну, бля, ну... Що
Так,
робиш?
Packaging
У мене
station.
барига... Мене барига перманентно накурений. Ну, з цього не виходить.
Скільки у тебе грошей?
Що?
Скільки у тебе грошей? До речі, як можна з собою поділитися?
О, у мене 33 на готівки, 91 на карточці, до речі, не зрозумів, звідки
Скільки
на
на
карточці.
карточці?
91 аж.
Тебе
знімай,
на
да?
карточку.
Да.
На собі на картку переводь ці гроші.
Де банкомат? Де тут? Ой, я бачу якийсь. Грає як банкомат.
150 треба грошей на станцію.
Пина, я можу якось, ну, типу, передати тобі їх? Це нереально.
Так от я теж не розумію, як передати.
Окей, ну у мене 124.
І в мене 124. І може
Ну,
у нас,
картку, да.
у нас походу картка одна на двох.
Ладно.
А почекай, у тебе 124, да?
Угу.
Депозит.
Угу. Да,
Сюда.
Паша.
Кеш у нас різний, а картка одна. Треба ще трохи грошей. Бля. Це ми, конечно, проїбалися прям з самого початку.
Ти нічого, з самих низів зато. Бумажки ношу. Та, блядь, а де воно? Воно пропало.
Сколько у тебе кеша вже?
Блядь, поїсть керф'ю. Йобуєм.
А. Кеш, мабуть, можна просто передавати, ну-ка. Ось сюди просто в сторож покласти. Да.
Да.
Ну, склади весь свій кеш.
У мене його нема.
А, вообще нема? Ладно.
Угу.
Давай спать. А, можно полить, например, дубас.
Все, давай зупинятись, то скоро вже поїдуть до мене. Ой. Ну що, через скільки це поїдуть? Зараз 9. Ну. Через 4 години. Ну, 4 години зможеш витерпіти мене? Ну, типу, потерпіти.
В 9 вечора, типу?
Да, скільки тебе... А, в тебе ж скільки часу буде? Через 4 години.
9 вечора.
Що?
Зараз без 15:06.
А, да, мені здається, що у мене 18. А, у мене взагалі дитячий. Ні, блядь, не 4, блядь, ніхуя. Ти хуйово порахував. Через 4 буде 20. Ні, все правильно. Да, через 4 години.
Окей, тоді
Супер.
продовжуємо, поки в Kingdom Come пограю. Зараз збережуся тут.
Я ще не йду.
А, ти ще не йдеш? Ну давай тоді поспимо, поки перфі закінчиться.
Ну, зараз. Я тут просто вже сам засипаю. Ой. Та й зберігай. 0 експірієнса. Вулична криса. Вуличний щур.
О, дубас можна подрізати. Зрізай дубас, у тебе ножиці.
Коротше, Піксель постійно атакував поляка. Реально покидався на нього. А потім ми почули, ну, типу, він почув, що мій пилосос, у мене на пилососі, типу, польську озвучку. Він такий, бля, на мене як на пилосос кидається, тому що звук вже. Щось польське треба вбивати.
Угу. Як, дивись, що я нам приніс. На, це тобі. Зріж дубас.
Я не можу, Паша, я вже думав. Я вже думав.
У тебе ножиці,
Ой.
ріж дубас.
Да. Все, Паша, я пішов.
А, ну давай.
Давай. А там ще хто-то хоче, или вже все? Там, из ребят кто еще хочет, или все? Я с тобой. Я ты все еще понимаю, что там трещин. После трещины. Да, поэтому. Угу. То, да?
Молодец, молодец. Очень, возможно, нельзя. Что маленький? Тебе божечка, мне будет.
Так, а на чому закінчував взагалі там? Вона мені ще якийсь квест дала, по-моєму, да? А, мені магістрат треба пробратися, як по нього. Бо я повернув книжку.
What have you found, boy?
Good to see you.
Так, чого грати? А. Думаю, що так гучно у мене. Викрилася гучність. Може, до речі, тому дуже була гучна гра.
Traveled the whole world.
I'm sorry.
And now I will tell you the amazing things I.
Такий би шолом прикольний якийсь інший.
Seen and experienced. In the
Тут,
south, I
блін,
saw
непогано ще було б, щоб було налаштування. Щоб, наприклад,
fresh water.
в діалогах знімався, ну, не показувався шолом.
Self-sublime.
Я розумію, що це нереалістично. Але інколи не вистачає подивитися на справжнього Генрі, а не на.
Old woman! They look like angels.
Так, ну це ж магістрат, мабуть, ні? Вже прям.
I'm going to see the Mint Master. May I enter?
Any fool could say that. What do you want from him?
I have an appointment with him.
All right. Go ahead then. But don't waste too much of his time.
Як танка.
Glad to see you again.
You have the gall to show me your face again? I'll call the guards.
Hold your horses. I'll come in peace. Actually, I have a little offer for you.
You've come to blackmail me again?
Call it what you like. I need to get into the City Council Assembly. And I reckon you can help me.
The assembly? The one King Sigismund is supposed to attend in person?
Surely you wouldn't deny me a chance to meet the king.
Don't try that on me. This is connected with Ruthard, isn't it? And tell the truth.
I want to know what Sigismund tells the council. I hear it'll be important.
You want to spy? Do you know what you're risking? And what I'd be risking? Forget it.
Have you forgotten I have you over a barrel? If you want to keep your position and your head on your shoulders, you better shape up.
All right, all right. Maybe we can make a deal. If I get you into the council, you'll behave appropriately and you won't betray yourself, or especially me. And that will be the end of our business together.
Окей, окей.
All right. That seems like a fair deal.
You can get into the council assembly relatively easily. My cook's son will be serving there. He's roughly around your age. Maybe he can be persuaded to let you stand in for him. Although, not everyone would want to give up an opportunity to serve the King of Hungary.
Who's this boy?
Franta's his name. Franta Cooldown. He's an idler and a boozer, but he's proved his worth as a waiter. Which reminds me, you'll need his letter of permission to serve in the council. Otherwise, you won't be let inside.
What will I need to work as a waiter there?
Fast feet and good manners. And the livery of a royal waiter.
Excuse me?
Do you think you can serve the king in a torn shirt and muddy hose?
Well, no. But I never heard about any livery before.
Our usual
That's not about
waiter
the
had a
status
brand
of
new
the-
livery made specially for meeting the king. Don't even show up there without it.
Where can I find the cook's boy?
He's supposed to pick up his new clothes at the market today from Master Tailor Schneider. You'll almost certainly run into him there. That is, if he's up and about after his boozing bout. I swear that fellow practically lives at that Tin Hen.
At the what?
That German alehouse, the Iron Eagle. That is Zum Eisernen Adler.
Секунду. Де? Глюками з Ютубом, воно могло мені все похерить. А, ну, зрозуміло, воно інпут мені скрутило нормально, блять. Тепер можна тихіше в OBS зробити, щоб воно не кліпало дуже сильно.
What would work on him? How can I persuade him to give me his job?
Would you like me to give you a letter for him? I told you how to get to the assembly. Now do your part.
I'll be going then. See you at the council.
Just make sure we both come out of it alive.
Роздобуйте документ королівського обслужника, роздобуйте обрання королівського обслужника. Окей. Добре.
I'm sorry. If thine tongue offend thee, cut it out.
Аж, хто мене шукає, чому?
God bless you.
Greetings.
Куди тут трохи не туди пішов.
Quality goods here.
Рибалка. А, він тільки рибу продає, мабуть, да? Де можна рибу ловити чи щось таке? Рак. Чена форель.
Thank you kindly.
Don't be coy. My wares will bring you joy.
Fine day for some fine wares. Come and take your pick.
Spots for sale.
Ви мені щось ремонтувати, у мене все вкрадено.
Knives, rivets, axes. Come and break.
Hot lids, the finest mugs. Mugs for
Gladly
sale.
recommend you if anyone asks.
You must be Franta Cooldown.
I am. And who might you be?
I'm Henry. I heard you're supposed to serve at the City Council Assembly.
I am. What's it to you?
Supposing I took the job on for you. You can put your feet up, fill your belly, and I'll do all the work for you.
Look here. It's not like I'm all that keen on it, but it's well paid. Apart from that, it's a bit of a pain in the arse. Them councillors stuffing their faces and guzzling wine while I run around like a bugger with pitchers so they don't run dry. Why would you want to stick your nose in there?
Sound as a bell. Come and take a look.
Fine wares here. Quality merchandise.
I just have to get in there, understand? I have an important message for the king about a plot against him.
But why would you want to get to him as a waiter?
But it could be that someone from the council is mixed up in it, so I have to be incognito. See?
I see. All right, then. To begin with, you'll need confirmation that you've worked as a waiter at the council and you're capable of serving even His Majesty. Look here. Do you have any idea what's expected of you? Can you tell different wines apart and that?
Of course. Who do you take me for?
All right, no need to get upset. Show the confirmation to the head butler. Tell him I sent you and think up some good excuse, clear?
That makes sense.
And you'll need a waiter's livery. I had a brand new one made. Here it is. I look like a prick in it. Hopefully it'll sit better on you. The main thing is, don't lose it before the assembly or get it covered in shit.
Thanks. I won't disgrace you, I promise.
You better not. Take care for now.
Die, broadcloth!
Vegetables!
Excuse me.
Це ж магістрат, да? Угу. Збережівок немає. Хіба не можна було десь збережівку купити?
Buy two pots. Quality good luck.
Павниці може.
Nothing suits your fancy. Greetings to you. Pears! Delicious pears! Juicy pears!
Excellent! You wait! High quality!
Come and take your pick.
Good day to you.
I need...
Vegetables!
Thank you,
Radish.
sir.
Delicious
And come again.
horseradish. Come and get some wonderful.
Sure ain't easy to please. Aye. I get a bad feeling when nothing's going wrong.
Don't all learned physicians have a name for that?
I believe it's called boredom.
What? I'm not bored.
Парка, копчиня.
You need. How was it?
What can I say? Prague is a whole different world compared to this old place.
Did you bring anything back?
Ну ладно, будемо вважати, що я спершу спробую все зроблю на фейлі.
Quality goods.
Franta Cooldown sent me. I'm to stand in for him at the council assembly.
Franta's not coming? What's wrong with him?
He got poisoned. Probably from food. He's writhing in agony. By turns praying and cursing, spewing from both ends.
Oh, that's enough. All right. At least you're here. We can't be without a waiter here, when the king himself will need waiting
Мені
on.
подобається, що нема питань, що я в латах прийшов.
Let's have a look at you. Have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure. Here is.
Everything's in order. Now, about your livery. You know a good waiter by his properly seated cap? Without a tunic, and have you forgotten your hoe? You can put your steel aside in front of the council chamber, along with your... You don't want to be dragging a load if you... The royal waiter's livery has strict rules. So...
І перевдягаємось. Так. Жовтенький оце у нас буде. Де у нього ліврія ця? Брюх королівського прислужника. Котте королівського прислужника. І штани королівського прислужника. Взуття у мене... Яке у мене взуття?
Here I am.
Let's have a look at you then. You've got a waiter's cap, a tunic you have. Hose are good. It's a good thing you've got no steel on you. You need to be light on your feet to run around tables. Everything as it should be. Glad to see it, lad. Do you know what your duties are? For an inexperienced greenhorn like you, it'll be a great responsibility.
Well, I'll happily listen to any advice. I wouldn't want to foul things up.
I should certainly hope not. Now listen. A good waiter should stand in a corner, look willing and ready, and not get in anyone's way. In short, behave as if you're not there. But when one of the gentlemen calls for wine, you run and pour it for him on the double. You'll find the pitchers on a table by the door to the chapel. You take one and go to their table and pour for them. White Tokaib or red monastery wine.
White or red, by the door to the chapel. Got it.
But for Councillor Adam of Zarzhitz, you must not pour at all. When he drinks, he disrupts and makes trouble. So the assembly has to be interrupted, or otherwise it never reaches an end. We can't allow that to happen in the presence of the king.
All right. Sir Adam of Zarzhitz stays dry.
And if the king himself wants wine, you pour for him with lowered eyes. Don't look at him. And the most important thing?
To stay in the background and keep quiet until someone asks me something.
Correct. The councillors have a lot to discuss, and they certainly don't need any interruptions. And in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
Oh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses, and provide everything that anyone wants from you. Understood?
А це ми справжнього короля Сігмунда побачимо.
What if I make a mess of something, though?
Then I'll see to it that you won't get a job even mopping the floor in the hole in the wall. But I'm sure that's not going to happen. So, are you prepared?
I've got something I have to do.
Something more you need to...
Та, блядь, я не то нажав, що за хуйня?
Here I am.
You've got a tune. It's a good... Do you know...
I know every...
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a lighter load. You can wait in the cubbyhole for the servants.
Ого, тут про міні-гра буде. Наливання вина, замовлення. Гості будуть замовляти вино або токайське біле, або монастирське червоне, покликавши вас і піднявши руку. Якщо ви не впевнені, можна просити повторити замовлення. На столі в кутку кімнати ви знайдете 2 глеки вина. Візьміть глек з вином, який замовив гість, і підійдіть з ним до стола. При розмові з'явиться можливість наливати вино для гостя. Обслуживши гостя, можете або повернути глек на місце, або подивитися, чи ще хтось із гостей не хоче того ж вина. Якість обслуговування. Будьте уважні, щоб ніхто з гостей не чекав надто довго або не отримав вина, якого не замовляв. Часті затримки і помилки ніхто терпіти не буде.
Our current Waffen arsenal is a joke, and on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
Hey, boy,
What
a
are
full
you
cup of
getting
monastery
at,
wine.
Elvis?
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnick, the Dry Devil, used that
I apologize, sir.
That
Which one?
hacking
Monastery red.
hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them.
Бля. Вона переключилася, не хотів.
Since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is that they had them,
Sir?
Herrgott. It is eine Schande when outlaws have
Thank
better
you,
weapons
Major.
than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your stubborn heads do not realize what
I fancy some
Schwierigkeit
Tokai.
this is.
Refill,
The
boy.
Dry Devil is running free. There are Raubritter everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
And who is
Hey,
it you
where's
want
my
to
white?
fight? Exactly. The merciful
That's
King
not a good
Sigismund
idea, sir.
providing
This
us
is
with protection,
unbelievable.
isn't it?
Der König and his army will not be here forever.
Shut up! The king can arrive at any moment. What if he heard you?
What then? We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always confiscate the property
White
of the
Top,
king's
call me
enemies.
red wine.
Nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with
apologize,
the
sir.
yeomanry state
Which
of
way?
our armory.
Red and quickly.
The king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes.
The king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht?
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
You mean baths or brothels?
Isn't it the same thing?
So, the
Waiter,
cleanliness
get
of
me
the
white.
city is not what it should be. The current
I'd like
baths
to
in the
oblige,
city
but
fall far
not
short
allowed.
of covering
This
all
is
the citizens'
unbelievable.
needs.
But we have another bathhouse here, on Hoppering.
My friend Adam from the baths in Haradek district told me about it.
More wine,
Says it's
Master Bailiff?
filthy.
Nonsense.
He's just envious. Betty seized the opportunity, and people are lining up to bathe there.
Is that...
I need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a female thief. She thought she could wriggle out of it by telling me who the item belongs to.
And what is it?
A silver goblet. She sneaked into Sir Ulrich's house and stole it. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, he'll turn the city upside down to find the culprit. Go and get it. And don't you make a mess there, understand?
Where can I find this goblet?
Use your eyes and come right back with it, understood?
Have you forgotten the Black Death? A great many people died needlessly.
Are you questioning God's plan? The Black Death had nothing to do with the baths, unless the Lord wishes to punish the wickedness that's going on.
There, keeping the city clean is important. But we don't have money to spend. Arguing about who is going to wash where and how is a waste of time.
It's only a waste of time because we're always arguing about the same thing.
Not at all. If you finally admit that it's a
Nice.
trifle, we wouldn't have to keep
Whose
coming
silver
back
might
to
this
it.
be?
A trifle? Do you ever walk the street?
So, did you find it?
I did, Master Bailiff. Here it is.
Not so loud. Show it here. That's it. And now go back to your job.
Why not? In Jerome Nas's earthly paradise, everything would be free.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Gentlemen, let's agree to disagree. What if the king heard us?
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way, at least until His Majesty honors us with his visit. And as we know,
Hey, waiter!
Gunslin
Pour me some
absolutely
monastery
hates
wine.
him.
He can hate all he wants, as
I
long as he
apologise,
does no
sir.
damage.
Which wine?
Ulrich,
Red.
what have you got to say about it?
Me? Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident. You were there, weren't you?
Good, sir.
That's just a small misunderstanding.
Well,
We've sorted it out and everything's settled.
My ears must be deceiving me. Are you defending Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
What happened there? Leave nothing out.
I
don't
apologize,
like
sir.
Ruthard, true.
Which
but
wine?
In this
Red.
case, it really was nothing.
Everyone in the city gossiped about it. I heard there were several dead.
Did you? That's grossly exaggerated. I don't think Ruthard
Sir?
would cause any trouble. He is sensible enough not to draw attention to himself while the king is here.
That's true. Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him.
I'm
and
sorry.
soon.
Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
If nothing happened, there's no point in dwelling on it. Let's move on.
Hey,
I'm
waiter.
sorry,
Pour me
Andreas,
some
but I
monastery
wouldn't brush
wine.
it off so quickly. Why do
I
I have the
apologize,
feeling
sir.
you're not telling us the
Which
whole
wine?
truth?
Red, and
Are
quickly.
you accusing me of lying?
Those are strong words, my friend. Nobody said anything like
Sir?
that, did they?
Then why doesn't he tell us what really happened?
Well, thank you.
I'm not keeping anything from you. But there's little truth to the rumors circulating around the town. Yes, Ruthard and I had a little disagreement, but we ended it quickly because his daughter wanted to get involved. I didn't want to expose the girl to any unpleasant sights.
So Ruthard is hiding behind his own daughter's skirts.
As if it wasn't enough that he sent his son to die defending the city.
All right. If we really don't have anything new to say, let's turn the page.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. If we tolerate this, the rabble in the city will go wild and do whatever they want. I suspect
Waiter,
the gentleman
get
from
me
the
wine.
city's sword fighting school brought this custom to us. It's now run by the German Menhard. Who knows who that fellow is?
Don't be ridiculous, Forsucker.
Sir?
You act like you've never been in a fight yourself. And to accuse
Don't hang around me.
swordsmaster
Vanish,
without
you hear
a
me?
shred of proof. We're not some old fishwives on the marketplace.
So you will just leave it be?
Proven offences
Come here for
are
a
punished by the bailiff. And that's that. There are more
Refill,
pressing
sir.
matters
Do
to
you think
deal
I'd
with.
come to the council
More
just to
pressing
settle
than the
mine?
open
Come here.
contempt of the whole town garrison. The guards are...
What can I help you with, sir?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now. But if you disappear for a little while...
All right. I'll get them.
I knew I could count on you. While you're at it, count how many figures on the mural have wings.
But why?
Because I'm bored, and because I told you. Get on with it.
I'd soon be out of customers.
Ah, the hell with it. We'll never get anywhere like this. Why waste our time?
That was easy enough. And he wanted me to count the winged figures.
Постаті з крилами. Раз. Два. Три. 4. 5, 6, 7. Вісім, 9, 10. 11, 12. 13. 13. До 13. Так, ще раз. Раз, два, три, 4. 5, 6. 7, 8. 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. 17. 17, значит. 17, значит.
So,
I found your gloves.
Really? And did you count those winged...
I counted 16, sir.
And did you count all the monsters and animals?
Oh, I thought you meant only the angels.
Go back to serving wine, blockhead.
There's the eternal dispute over the cathedral.
Наче
The
я
building
всіх
of the
порахував.
church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers. Right under our nose.
Зараз.
It's just a village with a monastery, and they are going to Mokarol mining city. Why can't we build faster? Hire more craftsmen, start with night shifts.
Haven't you
Hey,
noticed
wait.
there's a war going on?
Pour me some monastery wine.
Are the experts from far off supposed to work in a city under siege?
Besides, I get the feeling there's something other than the welfare of the city behind your complaints.
Oh, you do?
Monastery wine.
And
Here.
what would that be?
Sir? Like, for instance, that you'd like to have your own altar
What
there?
have you poured
So
for
what
me?
if I would?
I said
Hold your
red.
horses, gentlemen.
I apologize.
That space in the side nave is mine.
When hell freezes over,
Ну,
my
монастырь це,
your
бля,
place is at least 2 steps
це
behind
кльов.
mine.
Монастирське це шиване.
Dares to insult me? Ha! I think not.
Waiter,
Excuse me.
pour me red wine.
You wanted to buy yourself an altar in the cathedral, just like you bought yourself a seat in this council.
How dare you? I acquired my seat for the services our guild provided and still provides to the
Sir?
crown.
Well, I hope you're not supplying equipment to
Good.
the army.
Now run
If
on.
that's all they have, they would be defeated by that bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Oprik.
What ne'er-do-wells?
Those wrestlers of theirs, of course. People from the whole town go to watch them brawl.
Oh, this is news to me.
Because it has all been sorted out. Not long ago, the guards
Boy,
raided and
I'd like
threw
some
them
white.
all out.
Ah, yes, I
apologize,
had forgotten.
sir.
What do we have to discuss next?
White. Are you deaf?
Good, sir.
Thank you, waiter.
Зараз король має прибути.
I'm telling you, something is being planned.
Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Rootard.
Король Сигізмунд. І у нього кудряшки.
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
Unlike this band of fools!
Тим часом у фортеці Радборш.
Come now, father. Put a little life into your dying. See more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here.
Ми будемо за птачика грати.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea.
Прикольно, як вони теж переміщають головного героя з одного на іншого.
20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to Henry.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. Do you know any of the guests here?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. It's a pretty varied company. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together here. It's like the start of some joke.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say? The Kuttenberg rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now, they're keeping mostly to themselves. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spiritual man too, so you should have something in common.
I wouldn't be too sure. But I suppose I can try. Who's that French fellow you brought here from Malachov?
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere, knows everything, and has the keys to half the kingdom. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth, but a harmless one. Besides, he defended Kuttenberg, and you know how that went. If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
How does it feel to breathe free air again?
What can I say? You can never truly appreciate freedom until someone locks you up for a while.
Or until you become a priest.
No fear of that in my case. I intend to enjoy life to the full. Wine, women, and song.
What do you plan to do now you're a free man again?
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning with no hose and a head like a church bell.
Have you perchance forgotten we're supposed to be deciding the future of the kingdom here?
I'll leave that to the older and wiser. And duller.
Dear me. I'd rather creep off into some corner with a full wineskin. But I suppose I'll have to introduce myself to the rest of the guests, eh?
Indeed you should. After all, you are one of the lords of Rabosh.
Oh, don't start with that. I'd like to steer clear of the old man as long as I can.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're actually planning.
Познайомитися з Рабіном. Ян Жишка. Анна з Вальштайна. Шляхтич, шляхтич, шляхтич. О, Рабін.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians representatives of your community. I'm Godwin. My greetings to you.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest here. And yet...
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell. After all, we have much in common. And we are both a little on unfamiliar ground here. I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical court in the sacred community of Kuttenberg. And this is Samuel, my aide.
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see everyone is staring at us?
Because we all need to help each other in this time of need. And why would they not stare when you are frowning so?
Are you here to arrange some trade?
We have more serious matters to attend to here than gaining a few groschen. The situation in the town and the kingdom is unsustainable. The whole land is on the brink of destruction. You have men and weapons. We have the means to sustain them.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to deliver what we brought to the Margrave and quickly leave.
Everything in good time, Samuel. We have just arrived, after all.
Did you come to lend money to the lords?
Not to lend, but to give. Help given to the needy is repaid only by God.
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have paid mercenaries ourselves.
You remind me of my young friend Henry. He's a bit of a hothead too.
Henry? That messenger of Radzig Copula?
You know each other. You're both around the same age.
That would be him. We did not get off to a very good start.
Well, maybe you'll get to know each other better. He should be coming here later, by the way. For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. It's not so long since his parents were killed in Skalitz. He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he's roaming the world, risking his neck at every turn.
Wait, a blacksmith, you say? From Skalitz?
Aye, that's right. Did you know anyone there?
I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the name of Martin.
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel is in this world. For our numerous sins.
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one. Ma raised me on her own.
And that was all for the best.
Why? He should have taken care of me, but instead he fathered another bastard.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have any other children. At least, none of his own. He took in Henry, and raised him as his own, on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Sir Radzig Copula, Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20 other mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied him, just like yours did to you.
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry only found out about it recently.
Enough. I'd rather have a drink. Will you have one too, Zayde?
For that, there will be more suitable times.
Good health.
L'chaim.
О, на перевантаження. Як приготувати смачну медуху? Янтачек. Ян з Ліхтенштейна.
Hey! Where's that beer? We must
All home. It's not that I didn't want to, but understand that my absence from the city council will have serious
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin. A friend of that lad you arrived with, Henry. We don't know each other.
Baron Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. The last of my line. I am a warrior, a traveler, a strategist, and also, à ma manière, a poet.
My word. Isn't that exhausting?
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet a new friend.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. I knew right away we'd hit it off. How did you end up imprisoned in Malashov?
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. It was after I heroically led the defense of Gothenburg, and only lost it narrowly by an unfortunate turn of events.
That needs some explanation. What unfortunate turn of events?
Oh, misère. It is clear you have never been to war.
So, be so kind as to enlighten me.
When they broke through the defense, I ended up in captivity. It was only due to my
Jsem podozřívavý
acquaintances
даже.
in a court that I escaped execution.
Oh? I thought it was Henry who saved your neck.
My neck was not at risk in Maleshov. I may have still been a prisoner with my personal freedom restricted. But they never broke my spirit.
You say you're a poet? How about a verse or two to amuse us?
Jamais. Is poetry nothing but a fuss to you? Is a poet a gesture for amusement? I think not. To recite, I require the proper mood. And besides, few here would understand me.
Where have you been on your travels? Have you seen the ocean?
But of course! I was born by the sea. If you are interested in my greatest journeys, then I have traveled with a merchant caravan all the way to the Ottoman Empire. And if you are interested in my greatest deed, then that was perhaps saving the life of the King of France.
And you wouldn't by any chance know the Pope, personally?
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Boniface IX when I was sojourning in Rome. A pleasant fellow.
How come almost nobody here knows you?
I am operating, as they say. Incognito. My great benefit is my strong connection with the French court. There, everyone knows my name. Here in Bohemia, I'm still building my reputation, slowly, but surely.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
I'm not going to die.
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours. Could it have gone any other way when there's so many of us here?
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst, of all people. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself with everyone. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of...
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How do you know that?
I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to me at today's gathering.
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask something of you.
It depends what it's all about.
A little delicate diplomacy. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has certain shortcomings?
That's a weak word.
And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council. But I have an idea how to change that.
Well, I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the ones who want peace.
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, as Jobs proposes, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
When Sigismund sees that, he'll be off to Hungary all the sooner. At a gallop.
Exactly. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides, he's running out of resources. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves, but he won't engage an equal force on the battlefield.
But he can't retreat either. That would be a disgrace.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by events there. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We've already set the ground for it. We just need negotiators who will push the right people in the right direction.
Are you saying you set everything in motion even before Jobst?
More like in parallel, but without his knowledge. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea, we'll all win.
Why are you doing all this anyway?
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless deaths. And also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne.
You've got an interesting way of approaching things.
You're certainly not the first to tell me that. I take it as a compliment.
I'll help you. What exactly should I do?
I'll give you 3 names. Botchek of Kunstadt, Haman Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on our side, we've won the day. Meanwhile, I'll take care of Jobst.
Why me, of all people?
Because you've got a head on your shoulders. You know how to talk, and you're not just out for your own good. You and your friend Henry are similar in that respect. That's why I know I can count on you both. There aren't many like you two left.
Tell me a bit more about those people, so I know who I'm dealing with.
Certainly. Who do you want to start with?
Botchek of Kunstadt. I know the name, but I can't quite place him.
That's just the thing. He's got massive estates, great influence, but he holds back. He doesn't play the big game, because he doesn't like to take risks. He always goes for the sure thing. But once he's made his mind up, not even a pair of oxen will hold him back.
Alder the Alderman. Wasn't he a Kuttenberg councillor?
He still is. The only one who retained his position after the city was taken. Only he's here, instead of cozying up with Sigismund in Kuttenberg. So his days in the council are numbered. But he'll continue to have a strong influence on the guilds and the rich burghers. And that's why we need him.
Anna of Waldstein. The widow of that rich mine owner. What was his name?
Wenzel Bartosz. And I'm not surprised you forgot.
I was quite surprised to see her here. Assemblies like this are more of a...
A male affair? So far, Godwin, so far. Anna is holding back and behaving like an exemplary young widow. But don't trust appearances. She's got claws, she knows how to do her sums, and she certainly has no love lost for Sigismund.
And what use can she be to us? Apart from her late husband's money, of course.
She's as sharp as they come when it comes to trade. And she knows a thing or two about diplomacy. There are wicked tongues that claim Bartosz acquired most of his wealth thanks to her. And that it was thanks to her that he died, too.
I'll get on it then. Wish me luck.
I wish us both luck. Before the day is over, the die will be cast.
I'd rather discuss those alliances sober.
I'll tell you, nobody has the likes of these.
I'd like to check your horses out. See if they're as good as you say.
Pah, even better. But you won't believe it until you see for yourself.
And you might not believe your eyes when you do see them. Well, well. We have a new guest.
I wanted to... You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without it by your leave. Or to arrest my guests some more?
I want to have a word with Older.
Well, I'm having a word with you.
I apologize, Father.
For interrupting our conversation? Or just for being you?
Is that your...
Unfortunately. Speak up then. What are you doing here?
I came with a delegation from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Is this a joke?
Why so strict, Martin?
20 years ago, he was nothing but a cheeky brat, only interested in wenches and booze. I got him a place at the Archbishopric to have some sense beaten into his head. Only it wasn't long before they kicked him out. And then I find out he's settled in some backwater parish in Sassau. But he took his boozing and whoring along with him, lost everything, and then came creeping home again. Huh?
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard you in the outer courtyard.
You have the impertinence to show me your face after the way you disgraced our whole family?
You're exaggerating, like you've always done.
Me? Exaggerating? You're the one who turned my home into a house of ill repute. Your whores wandering around as if they owned the place.
Oh, actually, anything fun was strictly banned under your roof. But maybe you ought to try it yourself sometime. Then maybe you wouldn't be such a bitter old grouch.
You're dishonoring your host.
I can't dishonor someone who has no honor. If you had any, you'd be...
That's enough.
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults. I challenge you to a duel.
We've never met, and we have no cause to be enemies. Take back your challenge, and we'll sort things out peacefully.
You've got no other option. You insulted Father's honor.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for violence. I can have a word in private with Lord Odorin, the second, as he desires, and then...
Out of the question. This uncouth lout needs a lesson, and he's got plenty to learn from Christopher. By God's grace, I have at least one son I can be proud of.
You want satisfaction?
Дивний набирай такого.
As always. Suit yourself then. We'll fight. Come to the outer courtyard, but quietly. We don't have to put on a show for the crowd.
After you.
Well, that's that. Now, where were we?
Shouldn't we rather...
No, Christopher will sort it out, you'll see.
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man. Stay back.
What's wrong with your legs?
Fuck you.
Там, блядь, плохо отримав.
My God. Where did you learn to wield a sword like that? Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer. But you could teach sword fighting in a school.
I was in a war. Right after they kicked me out of the Archbishopric. And you ought to know yourself. Not all the faults that Father sees are real.
Why? Well... I apologize for going off like that. I had to, so that...
So Father would be satisfied. I know. Only he'll never be satisfied. The sooner you realize that, the better.
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down. And he hoped at least his second would become something.
Not at all. I remember him the same since I was a nipper. When I was 6 years old, I fell off a horse and broke my leg. He wouldn't talk to me for a week because I'd let him down.
The first time he took me hunting, he let me starve for 3 days until I was able to shoot my first hare.
Only 3 days? He got soft.
I always wondered who you were. There was never much talk about you at home.
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled and boozed until they threw me out of my own parish. But now, I have a chance to put things to rights a little.
And that's why you want to talk to Alder.
Aye. The outcome of this war depends on it.
That sounds very important, considering you and Alder are both pretty small players. After your encounter with Father, it won't be easy to get to Alder. Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it. Unless you want to anger Father even more.
What else can I do, though?
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure. But you'll have to trust me and tell me what it's all about.
All right, then. You've heard Yob's plan, right? It's a nice idea, but we can't wait around without an army to back us up.
Only no one's going to pay for one, because that would be an outright admission of rebelling against Sigismund.
Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers who are loyal to Sigismund. If he agrees, they'll follow.
I expect Alder's not the only one you're after.
You got that right.
Leave Alder to me. The plan sounds sensible, and he's no fool.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime. Pa doesn't need to know about it.
You're starting to sound like a brother.
И зашибись. А, курку разделаю. Так, кто у нас теперь? Анна.
God be with you, noble lady. There's something I'd like to ask of you.
God be with you. What would that be?
Your diplomatic support. And your money.
No beating around the bush, eh? I like that. But what do you want my money for?
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady. We need to gather enough resources to...
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford on his own?
Christ. Be praised. You're astute.
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money, and divining their intentions is a necessity. Although, between the two of us, it isn't hard to figure out what Liechtenstein is after.
Hit the nail on the head again, Mom. You're well informed.
I am rarely mistaken.
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of this crowd.
Not only for people, but also for good food and wine. And beneficial deals.
Then you're in the right place. This occasion provides all of those things.
The wine here is average. The cooks lack imagination. And I have yet to hear any interesting offers. So, to the point. What is it that Liechtenstein wants from me?
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to parley more effectively with Sigismund.
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty. And why ask me for help? Why should I, of all people, take the risk?
It's not only your money we're interested in. You're well able to negotiate and trade. And if you were to take part in our plan...
Then I'd be helpful to you on two fronts. If you want me to support you, you must give me a good reason. Perhaps a favor in return.
Do you have something in particular in mind?
Well, one of the guests here has something that shouldn't get into the wrong hands.
Who's that?
Harmon Alder. Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him, I would support your proposal.
Have you fallen out with the town councillor?
No. Alder is innocent in the matter. My relatives from the House of Bartosz are behind it all. They're disappointed that I dared outlive my husband, and the fact that I'm handling his estates makes their hair stand on end.
And these papers I'm supposed to switch, what do they concern?
My relatives somehow dug up some trade contracts between myself and certain undesirable parties.
You were dealing with the enemy.
They were not the enemy at the time. My conscience is clear, but I'll rest easier when those papers are in my hands.
I'm supposed to rob an ally.
Haman Alder was given the documents to deliver to the Council. He hasn't yet had a chance to look at them, so he won't even notice the difference.
And the papers I'm supposed to plant on Alder?
Just insignificant documents. If the incriminating ones disappeared without a trace, it would arouse suspicion.
All right, I'll help you. Or at least I'll give it a try.
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebags, which he left in the shed on the outer courtyard. Bring them to me, and put these there instead. But watch yourself. Odorim's groom has eyes everywhere.
Oh.
I've got those papers from Alder for you.
Quiet! You don't have to announce it to everyone.
Lady, with all the clamor going on here, I can hardly hear my own thoughts. Here they are.
You're more capable than I expected. Thanks for the help.
You're welcome. And now you're part of the bargain.
As agreed. I will support Liechtenstein's proposal with both words and money.
Thank you, noble lady. God will...
Yes, quite. But let's drink to our bargain, Godwin.
How could I refuse a toast with such a fine lady? To your health, Lady Anna.
And to the success of our efforts.
Думаю, краще не відмовлятися.
Sir Bocek, I need to speak with you for a moment.
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips and someone comes along to put a flea in his ear. Yobs comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's shoes, and now you're all jostling to win me over for him.
On the contrary, I've come here with an idea how to improve it.
Does that improvement include a few thousand men-at-arms? If not, you can go to the devil with it.
A few thousand men-at-arms as a convincing argument. And 100 horsemen on top. Only in order to get them, we need coin.
You've got my attention, but not my money yet.
Don't worry, it's not just your money I want to draw on. Believe it or not, we've gained other patrons for our cause too.
Really? Name at least one of those lunatics, then.
Anna of Volstein, for instance.
Truly? Well, let's see about it, then.
I wouldn't mention the word lunatic.
All right, let's discuss it, candidly. I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after, and along with that, the Lord blessed me with a large family. I can't risk it all in a conflict with Sigismund.
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold if you openly oppose Sigismund?
My guarantee is called Yitka. She's my niece. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house, I'll have the certainty that I won't be left alone.
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable groom among the allies.
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would also gladly accept. I don't want her to be unhappy.
I believe Liechtenstein is single.
And an uncertain party. Besides, he's inconvenient for Sigismund. Yitka could end up being a pawn to blackmail both of us.
I'd be honored to oblige. I'm in my prime.
Forget about it. Even if by some miracle you could manage to sire children, you'd die before you could raise them.
The truth doesn't offend, my lord. But I had to give it a try. How about young Lord Capon?
He's a youngster still.
He may be young, but he's got something between his ears. He's got battle experience. And when he gets the estate that's his by right, he'll be well secured for life.
If he gets it. Right now, Hanush lords over Rattay and seems quite happy with that state of affairs. On the other hand, the lords of Lipa have a good reputation, and Hanush can always be relied on despite his temper. Maybe it's not such a bad idea.
So, will you support our plan?
You're selling the skin of a boar that's still grunting. First, I want a confirmation that the wedding will take place as soon as possible.
And what if Lord Capon refuses?
I don't care what the young lord thinks. Hanush is the one to decide. If he agrees, I'll be happy to support your plan.
Pushing a friend to tie the knot to save the kingdom. Things have come to a pretty pass.
The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice. Now stop dilly-dallying and go and tell Hanush.
Окей, бідолах аптечок. Насильно одружать його.
You seem a bit out of sorts. Anything wrong?
Oh, these grand aristocratic assemblies are nothing for me. I'd be happier if they just told me in the morning how it all went and what my boys have to do next.
But then you'd miss all the grub and the booze. And the gossip.
Oh, and have you heard anything interesting here?
Let's hope young Lord Capon manages to stay free for a while longer. Ever since leaving Rattay, he's gone from one pile of trouble to another.
That's one thing you can always count on him for. I'll gladly wager with you he'll end up in some other shit by evening.
God forbid. Henry's not here now to pull him out of it.
In that case, it'll be up to you. I'm sure you wouldn't leave him to disgrace himself in front of Hanush.
It seems Liechtenstein's looking for allies. For his own ends.
And how's he gonna do it? Didn't you see them all fighting tooth and nail here just a while ago?
Well, different approaches work with different people.
The only approach that'll work with Sigismund is open resistance. Maybe on the field of battle?
A lot of people think the wealthy burghers will stick with Sigismund, whether out of fear or convenience.
Well, that's to be expected. As long as Sigismund has the city council under his thumb, no one will rock the boat.
Well, at least there's a few individuals here, like Ruthard.
Sigismund confiscated his castle and half his estates. That'd be enough to make a man mad. Not to mention that his son was killed in the siege of the city.
І так, де Гануш?
Sir.
Nor I, until now. I am Sir Conrad.
Used to be.
And I used to, until the king decided to replace me.
Are you going to support the...
I haven't quite decided yet, but if our rebellion...
Do you think you might get your...
I doubt it. Half the town hates Vavak, but no one would... And he knows that his... We more than... So I reckon...
Sir.
Even so.
And now look at us. We have...
There's no point in waiting for divine...
It was a pleasure.
Likewise.
Окей, так. Można zacząć czemu pokazać.
Look at that. A knight.
Sir Hanush, I bring happy tidings.
You do? Let's hear it then.
Young Lord Capon is going to get married.
If he's got some impoverished noble's daughter pregnant, I'll have his hide. I'm not going to support some bastard.
You misunderstood my meaning. I was the one who arranged the betrothal. I mean, with your blessing.
You arranged a marriage for my ward? Just like that? With who?
With the niece of Sir Butchek, Lord of Kunstadt. Her name's Yidka.
Butchek of Kunstadt? The Butchek of Kunstadt? Godwin, you conniving old bastard!
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe it. So, young Hans is to marry Kunstadt's daughter?
Niece.
If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the Rattay parish.
Or you could make me the abbot of Sassa. Or what about a bishopric?
Forget it. Soon I'll be paying for a wedding. Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself. But let's drink to it, shall we?
Cheers!
Cheers to you, and to your parleying skills.
Dalszny Janek.
Godwin, you wouldn't be avoiding me. We didn't have much time for conversation on the way here. Let's rectify that.
With pleasure, sir. As it happens, there's something I'd like to ask you. What are you expecting from today's gathering, my lord?
Well, I have no great expectations. But, all going well, we may be able to establish some joint steps towards the future. As long as we proceed without prior agreement and mutual support, we will be very unlikely to achieve any progress.
I couldn't help but notice your son has a bit of a talent for getting into trouble.
To put it mildly, but not to do him an injustice, knowing young Lord Capon, he undoubtedly contributed to that more than a little. Although, if they didn't pull each other out of trouble, God knows where they'd be now.
Wise words. Still, Henry's come a long way on a thorny path. I trust you're rightfully proud of him.
You know, I am. And Martin would also be glad, even though Henry chose a different path than he.
May God grant him eternal rest. Where did you leave Sir Divish? Surely he's not too old to miss out on such an event.
Haven't you heard? Lady Stephanie is with child. No one even imagined Divish would produce an heir at his age.
As they say, doesn't matter who kneaded the dough, as long as there's a pie in the oven.
Godwin.
Well, it could be a miracle. Praise the Lord!
Окей, так.
Sir Butchek, your niece Yidka can start preparing for her wedding.
So Hanush agreed, without reservations.
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill my end of the bargain without reservation.
Thank you, Lord of Kunstadt.
Enough formality. We'll have a drink. What do you say?
Cheers to the beautiful Lady Yidka and the unhappy Lord Capon.
Here's to a good bargain.
Так, тут Лорд Лихтенштейн. А, тут уже.
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goblets to the successful conclusion of the negotiations.
Is this supposed to be your secret weapon?
Like I said, miracles happen where you least expect them. Tell me, Godwin of the House of Odorin, what news do you bring us?
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow of Waldstein and Sir Bocek of Kunstadt will support our cause.
Both of them? Good heavens, what did you promise them?
This is going to be a long story, and I could use a drink. So if you'll excuse me, my lords?
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes. And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the Balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslaus, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
Lachen Jan. Korona chyba, хоча гарненька. Тим часом ратуші Кутної гори.
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere, point them to the Jewish quarter, and give them free rein to do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wenceslas' side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rabble get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylenders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants! Chicken shits! Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
I apologize, sire. I'll do everything in my power to...
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore placed the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly. We have had enough false flattery.
Sire, you were harsh. Rightfully so. They need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true.
Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tempt to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries?
won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing every damn hill. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyone. The nobility found a ruler like him very useful. They made an puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they have to be willing to make peace, at least among themselves. Jobs does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities, and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire. As soon as you get the
Єть,
chance.
я вже 2 години майже роблю цей квест.
But the wine is good here.
Та ладно, не 2 години.
To your health, Margaret.
Я ж до цього грав в іншу гру. Хтось їв.
And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You did a good job. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, your majesty.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the council was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Rabosh. Odorin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Odorin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosh will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No, we shall have white. We have had enough of red.
White it is. Quickly.
Якщо мішати вино.
Bosch falls. Others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
To bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
Пізніше того ж вечора в фортеці Радбург.
I had you asleep. You heard Lord Constance is minding the Lord Kirkstrand.
I will clear my name. I will charge it.
Now we close our doors for the evening. People here know what to do. There'll be plenty more tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday too.
How'd you like our wine, Chevalier?
The art of winemaking has a long tradition in La Belle France. Recipes are passed on from father to son, and each generation brings them to perfection. I myself was practically raised on wine. How many I have tasted. Even the French royal court took note of my refined taste. The king himself had wine delivered for his table according to my advice.
I expect his lordship had the best barrels rolled out. Now, if you'd only known he had a real connoisseur here.
Best barrels? Mon ami, this wine would perhaps be suited to the infirmary, where it would suffice for cleaning wounds and easing pain. For that, the taste is of little consequence. Give me 100 nights in 4 hours.
I swear to God. You in need of something, my wild friend?
I'd like to drink a toast with you to our joint success. As they say, all's well that ends well. So, to brighter tomorrows.
Touching.
Come now. What's become of your poetic soul?
I never had one.
Truly? Not even a little?
Well, maybe once. The older I get, the worse it is. Give me a few more years and I'll become a professional mourner.
See now. I'll gladly drink to that with you. Only, there's nothing to drink. We've run dry.
Fuck. I've got a tongue like a slice of weak old bread after all that gabbing.
Well, get something wet for us then.
His lordship is so unsteady on his legs, he can't make it as far as the keg.
To hell with that keg slop. Your father surely has something better stored away. I had my eye on him all evening. And left the rest of us to drink cheap dregs. Try and find one of those pitchers for us, eh? I'm sure you can manage that.
You can bet on it. I've got a nose for booze.
I don't doubt it.
O, co ja pijany. І п'яний, що хер розбереш.
The red'll be good, I hope.
Now there's a piece of horseflesh for you, Rootheart. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you feed it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of your fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. Wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to the celebration, you old fox.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty.
Вони навіть не перевіряють. Це якось тут трохи прикольненько.
Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gates!
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest!
Якось тупо.
Jesus! The surrounded Christopher! Oh, make it on the road!
I still can't quite do that.
One step back! Stand your ground!
Yeah! Bury him! Take your arm! Good, yokel! Nice hit!
Ride those horses out!
Ready to leave this life.
Ти сука. Це Генрі? А, він дізнався про план цей нападу. О. Драма яка. Пиші Генрі. І знову... Ага, на нього перемкнуло, прикольно. Допоможіть вашим друзям. Під час бою не можна зброю. Так, а я можу швидко переодягнутися?
You're dead.
You're not up to it.
Hell!
Cover your head, damn it! No, you don't. You won't get me. You got what was coming.
That was a close shave.
A little too close. Fuck me. Do my eyes deceive me? Henry!
Godwin!
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
Is everyone alright?
Well, some are, some aren't.
They captured Odorin, Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Kunrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest like dogs.
What about my father? And Hanush?
They left with Yobs long before that. I'm sure they're all right, but... not everyone was so lucky.
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you, but von Bergov's people beat me here.
You knew he was coming.
He wanted Odorin. He probably had no idea they'd find most of Sigismund's enemies here in one place.
I bet he couldn't believe his fucking luck.
And Sigismund will be moving at a gallop. We have to be really careful now. One wrong move, and he'll hang the lords.
Is there anything we can do?
Definitely not right now. We'll treat the wounded, bury the dead, get the hell out of here. Then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for Jobst and his army.
If I survive the journey... Oh, God's teeth. That stupid nag nearly broke me in half.
The king announced one more thing at the council. He asked the councillors to ransack the Jewish quarter. That is, he ordered it, more like.
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his people there. They could reveal a lot.
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall. At least he's safe here.
They're our allies. We have to help them.
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is lucky to be still breathing. I can just see them all jumping to their feet and rush to save their poor Jews.
Maybe Samuel will figure something out. He wanted to talk to you anyway.
He's here too?
Aye, escorting the rabbi. You should go and see them as soon as possible. And tell Liechtenstein too.
Anyway, we've got work to do. Godwin?
Give me a moment. I'll go and see Christopher first. Guard the walls until morning. If anyone shows up, I want to know about it. I'll be with you, Christopher.
Хоч позбирати трохи. Ляхетські бригантині, це прям коштує дохуя.
Crushed. What have they done that the Lord is punishing them like this?
God's punishment or not, they brought it upon themselves. Watch him. He's as greedy as a pig. Minek is...
Leave it alone. The two of you. Now we're in it with them anyway.
They didn't even spare the animals. The butchers.
My Tempest lost his life too. They put enough arrows in him to knock down 3 like him.
What about your horse?
I don't know. I saw him bolting out the gate. Someone set his mane and tail on fire.
Maybe he survived. Maybe he'll come back.
Or maybe the crows are feasting on him already.
Poor animal. Handsome, young, dirty.
Well, at least it was over quick.
Будь варто, не варто. Варто, не варто. Не варто обирати, бо що. Доєбуться, що я.
Jesus Christ.
What will happen to his lordship now? And to us?
We have to take care of young Sir Christopher and hope his father comes back soon.
Yes.
Вони Анну з Вальдтайна вбили, йо-моє. Ми ж якраз не ці... заключили сделку цю.
Poor animal. Handsome, young, dirty.
Well, at least it was over quick. No, he almost took care of him.
Да уж. Поворот. Трошечки бабосику підмутили.
Sturdy.
Ой, янтачик.
Good to see you both. Alive.
Oh, come on. You know, I've walked out of much worse scrapes laughing.
They could well have killed us all. If it hadn't been for you, Henry, von Berkoff could have caused a lot more harm.
Von Owlet surprised even Sigismund with that. You should have seen the look on the king's face when he told him.
Well, thank God we all survived.
Well, not all of us. They killed Lady Anna of Volstein and many other nobles. It was slaughter.
And they captured our closest and most influential allies. Without them, we can hardly get the burghers on our side. We're stuck.
We'll figure out a way to help them.
But how? Our plans are ruined.
Get a grip. Whining doesn't help anyone.
You're right. When I drink too much wine, I get overwhelmed with self-pity. Nevertheless, I have to admit it can't get much worse.
Actually, it might. And very soon. At Sigismund's council, an order was given to ransack the Jewish quarter.
God's wounds! We need to get back to the city and warn them.
I'm going with you.
Out of the question. Do you want to end up imprisoned again? You'll be more useful if you stay here and help Shishka. Henry, tell Samuel and the rabbi to get ready to travel. I'll try to get someone else to join. So many dead.
What will happen to his lordship?
The others, don't mourn just
That it was necessary.
Sam, I need to have a word with you.
Uh-huh. That makes two of us. Just tell him. You may not get another chance.
I talked to Godwin. He said you know each other?
What did he talk about? Me?
We talked about your stepfather, Martin.
Why? Neither of you knew him.
It's true, I did not. But I tried many times. Remember how I stared at your sword when we first met? I recognized the Master's symbol engraved there. Well,
Брательник.
the thing is, I am Martin's son.
What? Pa's son? How did...
Yes, his son. That is, his bastard son.
Why are you even telling me this?
I thought you would want to know. Martin was raising you instead of being with Mother. And me.
I know what it's like. My real father rejected me too. I learned the truth only after Pa's death.
You know, all my life, I thought if I did not give a shit about that man, it would be easier. But now that I know I will never see him, it troubles me that I did not get to know him.
I can tell you about him if you want. But now is not the right time. This is not the end. We have to go to Kuttenberg, now. Sigismund ordered confiscation of the property of people in the Jewish quarter.
The king has approved Xere.
He's no king to me. He's a fucking whoreson.
What's a Gezerah?
That is hard to explain.
Nonsense. It is as clear as day. Christians set out to kill our people. Innocent and often defenseless. Ransack their houses and divide the loot. And all that with the king's blessing.
This is what we were afraid of. But we did not expect Sigismund to be in such a hurry. We need to get back into the city and get the people out, quick, before it begins. Will you come with us, Henry? Every man counts.
I'll come. And Liechtenstein already knows about it too.
Very well. We should get going right away.
Let's not waste time.
Thank God you're all right. On the way here, I saw Sigismund horsemen and feared the worst.
Kubienka? What brings you here?
Well, I heard you were having some kind of a feast here, so I came to grab a bit of meat. And I see, instead of that, you have a massacre here.
Well, the real massacre is yet to come if we don't do something fast. We have to get to Kuttenberg. Can we borrow the wagon you arrived on?
But of course. I borrowed it too, if you know what I mean, but,
Could you stop blabbering already? We don't have the time.
Easy, Ingele. And you, sir, if you can, come with us and help us.
All right. But could you please tell me what the fuck is going on?
I'll explain to you on the way. Time is running out.
Are you coming too, Sir John?
Of course.
Do you think that's a good idea? No offense, sir, but you're no great warrior.
I'm not. But I'm not just going to sit here and wait, either.
All right, then. Let's go.
Можна мені вже передягнутися, йопта?
Peresh, can we go any faster?
Settle down, son. If you must keep your tongue busy, then use it to pray.
Would you tell me what the fuck is going on already?
Sigismund ordered an attack on the Jewish quarter. We need to get everyone out of there fast.
Bloody hell. I just got ailed up so nicely today.
Oh, that is just great. My mother's life is in the hands of a drunkard.
Don't worry. We'll save your mother.
And everyone else too. Don't forget that.
You seem to care an awful lot about these people, sir.
Are you surprised? It's all my fault. If they weren't helping me...
That droid of Sigismund, may his name be erased, would have found some other excuse to get rid of us.
Look, it's not that I don't feel sorry for you, but don't you think maybe we could make the horses go a little faster? At this pace, we won't make it there in a week.
Samuel, how... What was the story with your mother and Martin?
Do you really want to talk about this right now?
Well, it may be the last chance we get. We could both be dead in a while.
All right. But like I said, I never actually knew Martin. He once came to Kuttenberg and fell in love with my mother. But she is the daughter of a rabbi. Obviously, she could not marry a goy.
And tonight, you will see why.
If you want, Mummy will surely tell you more. If we can get there in time. What was he like? I mean, Martin.
He was a good man.
Seriously. Whip those fucking horses.
All right. Schnell. Schnell.
Ой, нормально нам так херачить. Через всю карту.
What's the matter? Why are we stopping?
We will walk from here. We cannot drive right into those murderers' arms.
But how do we get into the town then?
We will go through Schedule.
There are many abandoned mine shafts under the town. One of them ends here.
Won't it collapse on our heads?
We'll find out soon enough. Follow me.
What a
Можна передягнутися хоч. Да.
blessing it is to have.
Він ще хотів глядати, я там якісь штани хороші слутав. Шоломи теж ніхуя не хороші, гірше моїх. Коли ці гірше, ці гірше. Так. Барські латні ноги. Санські латні ноги. Ці гірше навіть, ті. Шляхетські бріантіні ноги. Але коштує дохіра 2000 на день грошей.
Found the
Продам.
passageway.
I would be happier.
Про мене, правда, перегруз.
You killed our savior.
What did you just say?
Nothing. I'm just blabbering.
I dare you to say that again. Loud and clear.
You know what, sir? Just ignore me and be glad I'm here. And you up front, pick it up a little, curva. My arse is getting numb.
У мене такі. Це треба викинути насправді. Йдіть швидше, йопта.
We should split up here. Me and the rabbi will go this way to the shul. We have to take the Torah and warn everyone. What about us? You keep going straight ahead and then to the left. You'll get right to the King Solomon Tavern. Gather up all the secret documents and wait for us. Shouldn't someone come with you, just in case? How about Kubienka here? Henry and I can handle it.
Well, if you insist.
Was that all the contempt you could muster up?
Well, good luck. We'll see you up there. We have to go this way. Hopefully we'll find it quickly. I left a stack of my papers in the tavern. And if they fall into Hopefully we'll find it quickly. I left a stack of my papers in the tavern. And if they fall into Sigismund's hands, people in other towns will die too.
How can a few pieces of parchment be that important? And what do they contain, anyway?
Nothing very pleasant for the most part. Who hates who? Who could be blackmailed with what? Who's hiding where and why? In short, nothing I can afford to lose. Hopefully everything will be all right at the tavern. My stash is locked away, and Samuel's friends are guarding the place. But who knows what the situation is like in the streets now?
Are you afraid?
Me? Do you have any idea how many times I've had to run from a burning town or deal with a hired assassin?
More than once, I reckon.
A lot more, I can tell you. But I admit, I was afraid every single time. Damn it.
What's the matter?
The door leading up to the tavern is open. Samuel's men wouldn't have left it like this. Somebody else must have got in.
I think there's someone walking up there.
Go and check it out. If they took anything down here, they mustn't get out alive. I'll gather up my things in the meantime. I'll meet you outside the tavern.
Okay. Людей побивали тут. Парку вбили. Так, є щось корисне.
You want to try me?
Ізі вообще. Ну, мені треба ламати замок, воно ж відчинено. Жіночку вбили, дофіга побували. Да, зараз я підійду. Так, а я взагалі зробив свою справу тут? Що мені треба було зробити? Чекайте Самуїла біля корчми. Походу, да, я вбив цих, не дав їм піти.
Baruch Hashem, Henry. You're all right.
Sam, you're back already? How does it look outside?
A few of the cutthroats got in over the walls, but we dealt with them. But there are more outside the gate.
4 of them were here in the tavern too.
Fortunately, they didn't take anything important. But your friends paid for it with their lives. What? I'm so sorry. If it's any consolation, Henry here has already taken care of those cutthroats.
But they didn't look like they just came to the tavern by chance. Eric must have sent them. What about your mother? Is she alright?
She is, thank God. I told her to get ready, and we would come for her right away.
I'm really sorry about your friends. We got here too late.
There was nothing you could do. Benavis Amardes. This Eric is really pissing me off.
There'll be plenty of time for that.
I'm sure Mama is waiting for us. You go ahead. I'll lock the tavern and block the secret pass. But sir, if any more of them, I can take care of myself. God be with you.
Можна зберігати це на цьому.